morning, friends. I'm gonna vlog in the dark. I'm doing this a little bit differently than my usual. I'm actually gonna do it on my new phone. But anyway, if you're new to my channel, I commute in the mornings to work. Let me turn the radio off so you can hear me. And one thing that I do sometimes is just chit chat in the dark on my way to work. So you guys can listen while you're washing the dishes or cleaning the bathroom or on your elliptical, that sort of thing. So I'm on my way to work. I'm in a 40-hour countdown. I have today and tomorrow left for work, which I can't believe. For those of you that don't know, I am on Weight Watchers. My highest weight was 288. I'm sitting around 236 to 238. I'm starting to inch up a little bit, you guys. So, some mornings I get on, I'm 236.2, and then I'll get on and be 238. So I'm just sitting there. And I have been getting blue dots and doing, everything that I'm supposed to be doing on the Weight Watchers end, but I'm not getting a lot of activity right now. And some of my other, healthy rhythm stuff, like drinking water and getting my steps in and, not eating late in the evenings and snacking and stuff, it's not going very well. So what I've been doing is eating a lot of 0-point foods, but then I've been snacking on stuff that just doesn't do well. Like, I just don't do well on, like pop chips, Have you guys had those, the pops? You get 28 of the pop chips for 5 smart points, but they have a lot of sodium, and so if I eat them the next morning, I'm always up a little bit. So no bueno. I need to do better. But right now I'm in a holding mode. So you guys know I'm moving. Very unexpectedly moving. On top of, I got a big job promotion in June to open an HIV clinic. And we found out, was it in August, you guys? That my husband was asked to relocate to a different church. Hi, I'm still here. Sorry. This is like really vlogging in the dark. It is dark, you guys. It's been raining, but he was asked to relocate to a new church. We are Orthodox Christian. We're American Orthodox, not Greek or Russian or Coptic or Antiochian. We're American. So they do give us an option to relocate if we want, And basically what was happening was my husband was going to go to part-time at the church that he's currently at. He was going to go to part-time in January and have to pick up an additional job. And then they gave him the option to stay full-time and relocate to a different church. And because he has his Master's of Divinity, he's got a master's degree from seminary, and he wants to be a full-time priest. He doesn't want to work. He was looking at going back into the mortgage industry. He doesn't want to work as a priest and a mortgage banker. Like, he wants to be a full-time priest. This was a good option for us. What are you doing? What are you doing? You just decided to pass me? What the frick? Sorry. I've never seen anybody do that before. This person didn't want to be behind me, so they just went around me into the... Okay. You're going to have an accident doing that, madam or sir. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So we're moving. They gave us this option because the priest in this church that we're going to decided to take another church that had been vacated by its priest, who went to go be a dean at a seminary. So it's kind of a domino effect. And our little mission here is 20 to 30 people. Usually Orthodox churches in the U.S. are small, so we're very small, and we have a really dedicated group of people. Normally, you would kind of start there and put a priest in, but our diocese decided to try something out 6.5 years ago, and find a location that would be a good place to have an Orthodox church, and put a priest and a couple people there first and see if we could build it. And it has been slow and gradual growth. We do have some very dedicated, great people, but they just can't afford a full-time priest right now, and this gives them a chance to, put those tithes and things into savings to save up again to be able to do that. And then they'll be covered by, there's some priests in the area that can come and do services for them. Not ideal for them. They are not loving that. I don't know what today is, but it's all about crazy driver warning. So that driver didn't get over at all. Whatever. I drive in pretty heavy traffic about 30 to 40 minutes in the morning every day to work. I live in a small town that is outside of a big city. Actually, several big cities kind of clumped together. Not several, but two. So there's a lot of driving involved in this area that I live in. And we are moving to a smaller town. The town I live in now has about 30,000 people. But it's growing, So we're going to a larger college town. And I'm just giving you guys some background in case you haven't been watching my channel for very long. I started Weight Watchers last fall. Lost about 25 pounds and then got sort of into stress eating mode again with a lot of life changes that happened that I'm not going to go into too much, but I kind of let the monster back in the house. So I've been working on getting her out again, and the monster being, stress eating. I just read a really interesting article. I'm going to link it down below from Medscape on obesity as a disease and how healthcare is really working towards looking at obesity and even renaming obesity to reflect that it is a chronic disease process that has to be managed as a disease and not as a personal failure on the part of the patient to have some sort of self-control. It is an ongoing fight. If you've ever had a weight issue, you will understand and get that it's just not so easy as to manage your calories and your activity, and you'll be just fine. There's a lot of other processes in play, and so my new supervisor actually sent all of us this article because it impacts our patient care so much, and it impacts our patients, and then personally it impacts me. It is a true struggle, and healthcare is starting to recognize that. There's a big stigma out there when you're overweight, and people say and do things that are not accurate in terms of the way that we treat obese people in our society. And there's a lot that goes into having a weight issue like this. I think if we look at it like a chronic disease, kind of like if we have high blood pressure or diabetes or anything like that, it's something, if you look at it as a lifelong issue that you have to manage, we can change our thinking from, I'm just going to fix it and everything I can go back to eating, all of the things that contribute. Like a lot of it for me is sugar and, carbohydrate stuff that really triggers me. And once I start eating a lot of sugar, I just crave it. And for me, managing my obesity includes me saying no to those things that sort of trigger the monster. I think in order to manage this, you have to do several different things. I think counseling is definitely a piece that is helpful. And that is something that I would really like to do here at some point, is do some counseling. Just to talk about other ways to manage some of the stress and emotions and stuff that I'm dealing with. And of course, when you get busy, you have all these great excuses like, I don't have time for counseling. My current insurance has, you can go on and talk with a counselor, like face-to-face, kind of like a FaceTime type of situation. I just heard about that last week, but I haven't investigated it. And I think you get like 6 free sessions. So if you have insurance, you definitely check in to see if they have any, benefits like that in terms of counseling. That might be helpful on your weight loss journey. So anyway, I'm going to link that article down below. You guys go check it out. It was very helpful for me to read that yesterday and sort of reframe my thinking. So I have next week off before I start my new job the following week. And my goal next week, we're going to get the house completely organized and packed up. My husband likes to stage one room, which is where we put all of the boxes and everything. It makes it really easy to load into a truck, and we've moved a lot in our lives, so we haven't moved in 6.5 years, but prior to that, we had really moved every few years. I mean, I think this is the longest we've been anywhere since college, where we lived in the same town for college, but we had several residences there just because we, were in dorms, and then we got married, and we had a couple places while we were married, but anyway, we're going to stage everything out, and we're going to put stuff in Judah's room, and obviously get rid of things, donate things. We're not going to throw a lot of stuff out. We're going to donate a lot. And then go through the freezer and the pantry and try to eat everything that's in there. So that will be interesting. We don't have a lot since the boys left. We just don't have a lot of stuff in the house. But we have like a lot of frozen stuff that I want to go through and use up, so we don't have to transport. You don't want to transport that. You can transport your canned goods and your dry stuff, but the refrigerated stuff you want to get rid of, and then obviously have to clean out, the refrigerator really well and all that. I don't really know when we're moving. We are having some issues with closing because of the rain. We had, I think I talked about this before in one of my other videos, but we're trying to get a sort of an upgrade on the foundation for our buyers. They asked for it, and it has to be dry for the foundation people to come out. They're going to put some more dirt under there, and then there's one beam that they want to replace. We have an old bungalow, a pier and beam house, and with those houses you just have to sort of maintain the foundation because it's, pier and beam and dirt. So the houses are great. They, stand the test of time, but if you've ever driven around an old neighborhood, you'll see like these old bungalows kind of falling into the ground. And ours is doing wonderful, but there's a house 3 or 4 houses down from us that's never been maintained and just hasn't been kept up, and it literally looks like it's sinking, into the ground, like the porch and everything is off, and so gotta do that, and I don't know what that's going to do to our closing. We have our appraisal came back on the house that we're buying, and it's perfect, and we're getting our clear to close on that house this week. So all our documentation is in, and we're ready to go. We just have to have the money from the house that we're currently in to put the down payment down on the new house. That's how it works. We don't have thousands of dollars to buy the other house and mortgages at this point in our lives. We're not those people. So, I wish we were. But, anyway, God's timing is perfect. And there's a reason that we're running into all this. Even if it is about someone else, maybe, or about our patients, or about, I don't know why we're going through like that. You know, in terms of stress, this has been not that stressful of a move, but moving is always stressful. So, you know, that's been the main hiccup, has been the rain and our repairs on the house. You know, we're so blessed because there was nothing else really in the house. We had to change like the air conditioning filter and just have the AC. They come out and do like a maintenance and just make sure it's working perfectly and everything. I mean, just everything else on the house checked out beautifully. So I'm very thankful for that. And then the new old house that we're going to, was built in the 70s. And so it checked out great. And they did, they're replacing the roof for us, which is wonderful. The roof had hail damage, and so they were able to call the insurance. I guess it got hail damage while they weren't in it or something. They weren't aware until we did the inspection. So insurance came out, and they're replacing the whole roof. So we're getting a whole new roof. And then there's a couple repairs that needed to be made to the AC. There was like some sort of, I don't know, pipe or something, not pipe. I don't know, something that had to be replaced that was rusty. I don't know what it was. But. So they did all that, and I'm going to go in there and just have a ball. I'm going to change out the light fixtures. I know one of you guys said, I think it was Catherine Vale, said she didn't like the light fixture in the dining room. I hate that light fixture, and it's so funny because it's from Lowe's. I was in Lowe's and I saw it. It's way too modern, so I think I'm going to do kind of like modern. I think modern farmhouse is kind of my, if you Google search that, you'll see that style. I really like modern farmhouse type of look. I'm not big on all the signage, like all of the, you know, written signs. I think you can have some of that in your home, but you can really go overboard with like so many sayings that people come over, they get distracted because they're trying to read all the stuff on your walls. So I like maybe a couple strategically placed. I think the only thing I really have like that, I have the prayer. I have St. Patrick's prayer that I bought off of Etsy that's hand lettered, and I just love that. Go Google that if you want to see his prayer. It's wonderful. And then I have a little sign that says "Say your prayers" on it. And what else? I have a cute little sign that says "You are my sunshine," because I used to sing that to the boys when they were little. It's in my closet right now. I don't know where I'm going to put that, but for the most part, I have the, you know, what I'm going to do in each of the rooms kind of planned out in my head. Excuse me. Still a little congested for my cold. My dining room. My mom is going to help me. My husband was going to do this, but we ran into some snags with his timeline. My mom and I are going to repaint my hutch and the tea cart that were my grandmother's. They're very beat up. They're, you know, just from all the moving. The hutch needs to have a repair done, so my husband's going to repair it. And then we're going to paint it out in a color from Home Depot called, it's a chalk paint. Oh my goodness, what is it called? I don't remember. Basically, whatever it's called, it means old. It's not antique. It's not rustic. I can't remember, but it's sort of a taupey gray color, very neutral, and I think it will look beautiful. I'm going to paint the inside of the hutch like a bright white, so you can actually see the glassware. My husband was organizing the attic, and I have all of my grandmother's glassware. My grandmother collected My grandmother was something else. Okay, so she was an avid craftswoman. She did hard-hanger lace. If you've ever seen hard-hanger, it's more like needlepoint. Meticulous. I have some beautiful pieces. I have one piece that's framed. I can't wait to get it and hang it up. Actually, I have several pieces that are framed. And those are up in the attic. And then I have some pieces that aren't framed. So those will go in the new house. And then I have boxes of her glassware. So she liked to collect. I have Lennox. I have my china, which is the Mikasa antique lace pattern. If you Google that, Mikasa antique lace, I have that boxed up because we don't ever use it. That's going to be out on display in the hutch. And then I have a lot of candle wick. I have just lots of, different pieces like that. And then, of course, I have my grandmother's chicken collection, and then the things that I've sort of added to the chicken collection. All the chicken stuff is going to go in the kitchen, and my husband's going to get me a new, like, I don't know what you call those things. I just totally forgot. Not a hutch, but a blank with glass in it that you can see all the stuff. What is it called? Curio. There you go. So, some type of curio slash hutch thing is the plan for the kitchen. I'm going to put a new chandelier in the dining room. I'm looking at some of the farmhouse chandeliers that are, black or wood or kind of like modern rustic. I don't know how else to explain it, but I'm going to do that. Very exciting about that. And then I want to get 2 end chairs for the dining room that are different than the 4 chairs that I have at the table. I've seen that and I like that. I need a rug for the dining room. We need several rugs because it's all hardwood and tile in the new house, which is nice. There's no carpet, which I love. My husband loves carpet. He says it feels more cozy, but I'm very much like a hardwood. I like hardwoods and tiles and things. So yeah, we're going to do area rugs. I'm going to do sort of color schemes. So my kitchen, I always have red in my kitchen. So red and black and white, neutrals, that sort of thing. My dining room, I'm going to focus on, I have a lot of clear glass and sort of neutrals. So I'm going to put that in the dining room. My living room is going to be the gray, and I have a lot of cobalt blue glass that I've collected since I was in high school. So I'm going to be doing cobalt. Well, let's not go over there. And gray, and I don't know, taupe, those types of colors. White. My bedroom, I bought a new coverlet for my bed that is in this really pretty, like, peachy blush color. So I'm going to do that color with gray, like grays. And then you guys have seen I do black and white in there as well with I have a black wrought iron bed, and I have a furniture set from IKEA that is white. The boys' rooms, Asher's room, we're going to do in a beachy theme. He has that light colored wood in his bedroom suit, and I have a lot of beach stuff from Hawaii and lots of pictures because I'm like a water person. I have stuff that my grandfather has painted, and just all kinds of things that are water related. So I'm going to do that in his room. Judah's room, we're going to put all the New York stuff in, because that's sort of our other, we love New York City. We just love New York. We would love to live in New York. It's just not very practical. So it's expensive, and it's difficult on many different levels. So we're not going to move to New York, I don't think, but I do love it there. In fact, we were just talking to my brother-in-law about, we were like, we should go to New York, because 10 years ago this fall is when we were last out there with my brother and sister-in-law before we moved there, and we had just a great trip. It was wonderful. So yeah, those are kind of the plans. The bathrooms, I don't really know. I'd like to sort of do black and white and yellow in one of them. And then my bathroom, we want to hang some barn doors over my the like vanity area of my bathroom is open. So we need to shut that off somehow so that when one of us is up in the morning early getting ready, we don't have a light shining in on the other person. That is a recipe for disaster. So mostly me driving my husband crazy because I get up early. So yeah, that's kind of the story with the house. God willing, and that, you know, everything goes well and we are able to get that all figured out. Oh, are you kidding? This construction situation, I will tell you, is terrible in the city that I commute to. They are always doing some sort of new construction. It's very annoying. Other than that, nothing else going on. I did just want to say hi to you guys. I'm in orbit, getting my blue dots, tracking every day. Need to clean my diet up and get back to diet as in what I'm eating. You know, the consistency of what I'm eating. I need to go back to more whole foods. And so I have a smoothie for later on this morning. When I do a smoothie, I do count points for the fruit because it's a lot of sugar. So I have a smoothie for later, and I don't know, a couple other things. Nothing too exciting or nothing you guys haven't seen. And then I'm planning on getting back to meetings soon, so I cannot wait for that. One step at a time. We're getting there. So the next couple weeks, I think we will be moving. I will be starting my new job. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. If you've made it through this vlog in the dark, thank you for watching. It looks a little foggy. I don't know why, but it's not foggy. It's just raining. Have a great day on program. Stay in orbit, and I will check back in with you guys probably this weekend. I was going to do a meetup this weekend, but I just can't organize it. I can't. My brain is not there, so I hope you all understand. We'll figure it out later. It's just I've got too much going on, so there's limits to what I can do. Thanks for understanding. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing on program. I will check back in with you guys probably this weekend and let you know what I'm up to. Bye. Have a great day.